wish is that which gives hope and healing, and lets a family know, let alone a wish child, that they're not alone in this.
Make-A-Wish gave us an opportunity to have something huge to look forward to for when Andrew is done with treatment.
If the family needs that sense of hope, Make-A-Wish is it, especially for the child.
It gives kids hope when they're going through the hardest time in their lives and fighting with all they have. It gives them hope.
Most of all, we're celebrating hope. We're really celebrating the power of a wish. It started out being Frank Ramos's wish, and now it's the wish of all these children and the wish of all their families, their doctors, their nurses, and it really is the power to change one's life for the better.
To be able to have that happiness and be it, you know, kind of in a wish way, is just unbelievable. But not only for the obviously the person that's granting the wish, but also for the family. I mean, it's just, I can imagine all the hardships they go through and the struggles they go through.
I remember in the early days with Frank, you know, those were touch and go days. We didn't have a building. We didn't even barely had an office.
He brought Make-A-Wish to Sacramento. It was an organization that had begun in Phoenix, Arizona a few years before, and he became aware of it. I'm not sure how, but understood immediately the potential that it would have to touch the hearts of children and to touch families.
The nice thing about Make-A-Wish is that you get such immediate pleasure from, you know, funding a wish, helping a child, helping the family, because, you know, it's about the family, not just the child.
Well, I think with my dad, early on when he makes a commitment, he's all in, and he always has been.
I have no question that Frank is one of the most generous people I've ever met at trying to build up his community.
I think he recognizes it, that to be part of the community and to be a member of the community, it's a give and take, and to grow a business, you also need to be able to interact with the rest of the community, that whether it be the business leaders or the people who need some support or help.
Or you go to the community events and Frank is there. He's writing the checks and he's there supporting them.
The reality for Frank is he's a very inclusive person. I think he kind of gets around with people and he energizes people to be committed to causes and organizations.
You have a business community, a political community, you have a sports community, you have a arts community, and the nonprofit and charitable community kind of brings them all together under different scenarios and really completes the community, I think, and brings it all together.
I think that's a responsibility for anyone and everyone that has made more than normal money. I think that's our responsibility to give back.
I think that's what he's enjoyed the most about his time there at Make-A-Wish is bringing other people and other companies and other folks in there and helping grow the program as a whole.
He is a quintessential American business entrepreneur.
Make-A-Wish is one of the things I point to in this community as being a great collaboration among otherwise very competitive health plans. And I think that's another small legacy of Frank and the organization.
I would say that he had a heartfelt vision for what it ended up as being.
I remember we had an office over on N Street, a tiny little thing in an apartment building on the ground floor, and we couldn't even afford really for rent. So Frank moved the office of Make-A-Wish into his offices, his business offices, over at Ramco in West Sac.
We were always aware of his involvement, you know, and we're just absolutely honored that he's accomplished what he has and his commitment to Make-A-Wish. It's just awesome.
And I remember couple of times where towards the end of the year, Frank was on his way to the bank to sign a personal line of credit so that Make-A-Wish could keep its doors open and do the wishes.
I think what you take away from that is just how much one individual can actually achieve over a lifetime.
I think we're celebrating a success story. I think we're celebrating a great organization which was fostered, promoted, and supported by one of our great treasures, one of our great heroes, one of our role models.
Frank's one of those guys, you walks into the room, you want to hug him just because he's just emanates that wonderful frankness, the wonderful Frank Ramosness.
It's often said that your money dies with you, but what you do for other people lasts forever. What Frank has done for Make-A-Wish will definitely last a very, very long time.
We need men like that. And he fulfills the role.